Good morning and welcome back to Shine Student Center. In case you missed it, today is Syracuse Giving Day. It is one day for Orange. It is a tremendously exciting day for Syracuse University. The sun is shining, the temperature is freezing. We would not want it any other way here at SU. So if you're watching today, we have shows all day long that really highlight the Syracuse University experience and what makes it so special. If you watched last hour, you saw me alongside co-host Chris Velarde from the Office of Alumni Engagement and Annual Giving, and we told you this day is all about showcasing our students. And so I now have a student co-host alongside me for this 10 o'clock show. He's one of the most incredible students I've had the honor of meeting at Syracuse University. His name is Nico Horning. He's actually catching a flight after this the 11 o'clock show. He'll be running out of here to catch a flight. But Nico, tell me a little bit about who is Nico Horning.
Well, I appreciate it, and good morning to you. Good morning. Maybe you're just waking up on the West Coast. That's where I'm flying back today. But I'm a junior here at Syracuse at the Newhouse School and came here for broadcasting and to try and break into the sports broadcasting industry. And obviously what better place to do it than here at Syracuse and being in an orange outfit and you know, trying to represent orange all the time. So that's the story. Ideally, play-by-play would be the goal. But here at Syracuse, it's all about giving back, and it's all about being a better person, better version of yourself day in and day out. And that's what I strive to do. And that's one thing I've learned here in the last 3 years, and looking forward to one more year next year, senior year.
Awesome. Nico, I have to ask you, what are you most grateful for when you think about your Syracuse University experience? Because the topic of the show is gratitude.
It is. And I think the first thing would be just how gracious everyone here is on campus. You can talk about the alumni being great, which it is. But when you're walking around campus every day and you're experiencing the vibes and you know what there is to offer here on campus, getting involved is super easy, and everyone's super welcoming. So I'm thankful for people being just welcoming and wanting to get better, pushing others to strive to be a better person or better at whatever your career field is that you want to be going into. So that's what I'm most grateful for, awesome. And it's been a great experience so far.
Awesome. Well, if you're watching alongside us, just take a peek just below where the broadcast is airing, and you can participate in the chat. Tell us what you are most grateful for when you think back on your Syracuse University experience, whether you're an alum who's watching, maybe a parent who feels grateful. I think Nico's parents are maybe on the West Coast are watching. I know my parents are watching down in Westchester County, and I'm so grateful for them. That probably made my mom tear up. So we really want to hear from you. What are you most grateful for? And we have another giveaway for this show, a nice t-shirt and hat from Syracuse University for those of you who do participate in our chat today. But enough of us. I want to get to the guest of our hour, who is one of the most incredible people on the Syracuse University campus. For me personally, he held my family up when my father was really sick back in 2019. He's just been a tremendous asset to Syracuse University. He is Dean Brian Konkol, the Dean of Hendricks Chapel at Syracuse, and I am so grateful to have him here and to have you here, Dean Konkol, to talk gratitude with us today, because you can't talk giving without being thankful. Is that right?
I'm grateful to see you, Nico, and
as well.
Great to be here.
Awesome. So you did a program for us back a few months ago for the alumni audience, a virtual program that just resonated so incredibly well. Alumni loved this. And so we thought today to really kick off our day, to really center ourselves in gratitude and making gratitude a habit. And so your first suggestion for doing that is aspiration instead of comparison. Take us through what that means, Dean.
Sure. It's the idea that comparison is the thief of joy. That when instead of comparing what we have to others or what we don't have to others, it's more about thinking about aspiration. It's what is the best that I can bring and how do I live up to that best rather than comparing myself to others. So aspiration instead of comparison is the recognition that comparison is the thief of joy. And instead of comparing, we should aspire.
Awesome.
I think, a lot of people want to hold on to what they've experienced in the past. And I know the second one for you is stop holding on to maybe a better past or wishing for a better past. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, stop hoping for a better past. I've shared with folks a lot. I've found myself praying for the time machine to show up every once in a while, where I say, take me back to last Tuesday so I can undo that really bad mistake that I made. But that time machine's never come. So instead of hoping for a better past, it's more about accepting our past and not allowing that past to define us as we are moving forward into the future. So in many ways, it's about replacing guilt with gratitude.
I like this next one because I'm definitely guilty of quick reaction. Maybe I shouldn't send that email right away. So the next one you suggest in building a gratitude habit is reflect, not react. What does that mean?
Reflect, not react. Create space between stimulus and response. My father-in-law used to tell me, don't push send when you're angry. That's saved me a couple times. So what we do is pause, reflect, and when you create the space between stimulus and response, what that allows is for a little bit of perspective rather than just that knee-jerk reaction. I think we've all pushed send once or twice when we were angry, and I'm not sure that leads to much good.
Not at all. And you talk about someone that you can rely on as a friend. Investing in friendships, I know, is another one of those as well. How do you, as your 10 habits for being grateful, with the fourth one being invest in friendships, what's your process for that?
Sure. One of the great things about joy is that it actually multiplies as it is shared. It's counterintuitive, but joy multiplies when you share it. So friendship, and this is key, is that especially in professional environments, there's a real difference between deal friends and real friends, right? Deal friends are those transactional, I got your back if you get mine, but real friends are those people that are with you. The author Arthur Brooks said they're kind of your useless friends,
sure.
Right? And you got to have some useless friends that are just there for you, that care for you, and especially when times are tough, they're there for you. So lottery winners are really popular, but who's with you when times are tough? Those are your real friends and not just your deal friends. And when you surround yourself with real friends, your joy multiplies, and that's something to be grateful for.
I love that. All right, next up we have anticipation instead of expectation. That one's a neat one for me. Talk us through what that means to you, Dean Konkol.
Sure. When we expect things to happen, that's the birthplace for entitlement and disappointment. So instead of expecting things to happen, it's more about anticipating things to happen. And one could even think about that in terms of life itself. Tomorrow is not promised to anyone. So while we might anticipate being here tomorrow, by no means should we expect to be here tomorrow. And as a result of that allows us to be grateful for what we have right now. So I think it's a key difference. Expectation leads to entitlement and disappointment, whereas anticipation recognizes that most of what we receive in life is actually a gift. And I like receiving gifts, and it's good to be grateful for gifts.
Don't we all? Well, today is also Giving Day, so there's that as well, where you of course you want to receive, but also it is great to give. The fifth one being choosing hope. Such a broad term, could be applied to many things in life. When you think of that, where do you kind of put that towards in your life?
So it is important what we mean when we speak about hope. Some people think hope is me sitting in the corner and closing my eyes and like, wow, I hope the weather's better when I get outside. I call that wishing and dreaming. Hope is the conviction that what we do matters. It's kind of like Back to the Future. I don't know if you're new to it. Have you seen
Sure,
Back to
sure.
Okay, I didn't date myself here. The whole premise of the movie is that they go back in time and everyone you speak to, everything you do changes the course of history. And I think we should think about the present that way. That's choosing hope, that what we do on Giving Day today is going to change the course of history for our students. It's going to change the course of history for our community. That's hope. It's the conviction that what we do matters. And today's a day to change the world.
Absolutely. We're saying that all day today, that small gifts do matter. Small gifts do make a difference. And I mentioned off the top that my dad, lovingly referred to as Papa Brown, is watching today. His favorite saying in all of life is control the controllables. He says it all the time. So take us through what that means and how it relates to gratitude.
Well, he's a wise man.
He
He's
is.
a wise man. At the end of the day, there is our circle of concern and our circle of control. Our circle of concern should be really big. I'm concerned about all sorts of different things, but my circle of control is really small. What can I control? I can control my effort, I can control my attitude, and I can control my actions. And focusing on those three things, I think, helps us to understand the difference between our concern and our control. we spend so much time in life trying to control things we can't control. I mean, how much time do people complain about the weather, right?
Truly.
You can't control the weather. My dad used to say, leaders bring the weather, right? And when we choose our right attitude, when we give full effort, and when we treat others with kindness and respect, it's always a sunny day, even in Syracuse.
Well, the weather yesterday, I mean, you had Dippin' Dots outside at points during the day. That's the most annoying part of the weather. It's like, pick one. It's either rain or snow. I don't want Dippin' Dots, you know? Speaking of control the controllables a little bit, that's something that actually, like, I first learned about my high school baseball coach taught me that. And I think since that, I've tried to carry that into the rest of my life in all aspects, because even now at the college level, you're fighting with other people for internships, or this could be applied to the job search, and you can't control everything that you may want to, whether it is the weather or whether it is a day-to-day basis. So I think that's such an important notion that you touched on. Also, we mentioned it a minute ago, but it is Giving Day, and to be served is one thing, but to serve others is another thing. How do you stand on this, and how would you suggest someone approaching this on a daily basis?
A question I love to ask myself each day is, how do I want others to feel after they've been around me? Number one, it's a reminder that it's not about me. And it's about being intentional about how we want others to experience us. And that's service. It's imagining what it would be like if someone somewhere else was reflecting on their day and they thought about you, to say, what a gift it was to have that time with Nico today. What a gift to spend that time with Kim today. Be the highlight of someone else's day. And when you're a blessing to someone else and you make the world about them and not about you, that's a good place to be. And instead of looking inward, looking outward, that is a foundation for being grateful, because service and leading through service ultimately makes good more common in our world.
It's a feel-good feeling as well.
It makes me think about the saying, people won't remember what you said, they won't remember what you did, but they will always remember how you made them feel. And I love that. I think that's a perfect way to walk through life. Again, today we're talking about those small gifts that have a big impact. And number 9 on your list of habits for being grateful is make yourself small to make your impact big. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so it's counterintuitive, right? Look, I think that we're all special and unique and wonderful, and I find great comfort in the reality that I am one of 7 billion, right? And it's a big old universe out there, and there's something freeing about that, in that when we go through life seeing ourselves as the center of the universe, we become the star actors in our own psychodrama, and that tends not to go all that well. And I think that the counterintuitive move is to say, I am a part of something bigger than myself for the sake of something larger than myself. And when I see myself and perceive myself in that way, that's a great place of gratitude. Because the flip side is it's a reminder that I'm not alone in this world, and that there's others that are there for me and there for you. So when we make ourselves small and see ourselves as part of a larger whole, that's a great space to be and something we can be grateful for.
Well, the last habit today, Dean Konkol, has to do with you get to be here with us today, right? You don't have to be here.
We twisted your
right?
arm.
Yeah, exactly. So this could also be applied to many things in life. I get to come to school here at Syracuse. Not everyone has the chance to do that, and I feel very fortunate and lucky to be here. But that could be applied to waking up in the morning. I get to go to work, or I get to go do this with my friend or my family. How do you approach this on a daily basis, with it being your last habit for being grateful?
Sure. To say I get to rather than I have to recognizes that these are the opportunities that we've received. I get to go to class today. I get to have that meeting today. I get to have that opportunity to contribute towards that corporation, that organization, and so on and so forth. A simple twist of phrase helps us to see things not simply as tasks, but also as opportunities. And when we see things as opportunities, we recognize that they are gifts to be embraced, right? And that's key, and that's a habit that we build. And as we get to the end of this top 10 here, it's recognizing that oftentimes people talk about attitude of gratitude, but to make gratitude your attitude, gratitude needs to be your habit. It's something we practice over time. You mentioned sports. People say
Sure.
Practice makes perfect. I don't agree. practice makes permanent. Practice over the course of time makes a habit. And when we make gratitude our habit, then the attitude comes. And then I really do believe that when gratitude is a part of our hearts and a part of our actions, it makes life more worth living. We become a blessing to other people, and we leave something beside ourselves and after we leave this earth. So I appreciate the opportunity to speak about it, because it's a recognition that gratitude is something that we practice over time, not just a feeling and an attitude that we have.
Well, Dean Konkol, you are a blessing to all of us on Syracuse University's campus. There are so many opportunities to support Hendricks Chapel today. Do you want to run through just a few of them before we head over to Bella?
Sure. So this is a wonderful day to give across the campus, and for us at Hendricks Chapel, we give to the Coach Mack Food Pantry. That pantry was named just a few months ago after former football coach Dick McPherson. It's a wonderful opportunity to support our students in need. We also have the Student Opportunity Fund, which is an opportunity for us to give to students in need. Also, of course, there's the discretionary fund that is wonderful for me to utilize. And of course, our chaplaincies and religious and spiritual life groups that represent religious and spiritual traditions from around the world. So we're grateful for all the people that contribute towards the chapel, because we do see ourselves as the spiritual heart of Syracuse University. And to be the spiritual heart of the university, it needs to be a beating heart with veins and arteries that give life throughout the body that is Syracuse University. So we're grateful for those that are contributing to us and also throughout the campus. It makes a huge difference, so I'm grateful.
Amazing. Dean Konkol, thank you so much. Nico,
yes,
you have another current student with you in this broadcast. Take it away.
We do. We have Isabella Galine, who is about to give an update about where we're at with things, with it being Giving Day and all of that. So let's send it over to her for a check on where we are in just our second show today. It's going to be a long one, but Isabella, how are things looking right now?
Things are looking really, really great right now. Thank you guys so much for touching on those important topics. I think that's something we can definitely tend to forget sometimes. I know it's something I can forget, just how grateful I am to be a part of the Syracuse community. There are so many opportunities for students like Nico, like myself, to even just be a part of this broadcast is something I'm really grateful for. And something that I'm also grateful for is the number of donors that we've had so far all throughout the day. It's only 10:17, at least here on the East Coast, but we already have 2,474 donors, which is so amazing. Thank you guys. Please keep giving. And we're going to look at some of those matches and challenges right now. I want to talk about the Student Organization Challenge. Right now, the top 3 organizations with the most donors, they'll receive a $1,000 prize, a $600 prize, and a $250 prize. And the 3 organizations in the top right now, let's look. We got the Mythos Magazine Gift Fund, Orange Pulse Dance Troupe, and Orange Seeds are tied for second place. Now, I am a member of Orange Seeds. Shout out to all my Orange Seeds out there. I'm so grateful. That was an organization that really, really let me find my place here on campus as a first year. I mean, we gave back to the community, worked with Dean Konkol a lot. So that is an organization that means a lot to me. So glad to see that they're in third, but I think we can start picking that up. What I'm not seeing on here, I'm not seeing any Citrus TV. I'm not seeing any Z89, which are also organizations that I'm a part of that really have shaped my experience here at SU. So I want to see some of those donations coming in for those organizations as well. But donations are looking really, really good right now. Alumni are still in the lead by a lot. So good job to all those alumni. And hey, I mean, class of 2025, still killing it up at the top, and 2024 right in second place. But yeah, we have so many people donating. Keep on sending your messages in the chat. I'm going to pull it up a little bit. I want to see what some people are saying that they're grateful for. Just overall, a lot of people very grateful about the Syracuse experience. Everything, that opportunities that are offered, whether that's with internships or classes, professors. I know Syracuse is the place that I knew I wanted to be. I applied early decision when I was a senior in high school. So it really means a lot to me to be able to be here talking to all of you guys and hearing from all of the alumni, from all of the current students, parents at home. I know my dad is watching. Hi, Dad. Thank you so much for supporting me and for being able to support me being here at Syracuse as well. I love you. I love my whole family that's at home. They're going to be donating. I already sent the link to them. So students, send the link to your parents, to your family. I know they want to support you back at home as well. So that's all for me right now. Thank you guys for an incredible giving day. We can't wait to keep seeing those numbers keep going up all throughout the rest of the day, but I'm going to send it back to you guys at the main stage.
Amazing. And Bella is actually heading to class because that's the first priority of the day for our students, to be in class. We didn't allow any of you to skip class for today's fun, but that means, Nico, that you'll be back in the next show. While Bella goes to class, you'll be our update host for 11 o'clock. So we're looking forward to that.
Looking forward to it.
It'll be great. And I can't send us into break without mentioning our next show, and that is to focus on a phenomenal program at Syracuse University, esports. For those of you who haven't been in Shine in a while, you remember there used to be a huge bookstore here. The food court looked different. There was a giant orange tree in the middle. All of that has changed. And one of the major changes is that we now have a massive esports facility right here in the Shine Student Center. We'll take you inside in the next show. That's at 11 o'clock. You'll hear from several of the students involved in esports at Syracuse, learn how to support them. These are varsity athletes, which is just so cool to me. So that's our next show. That starts at 11 o'clock. We're live at the top of the hour every hour through 11 p.m. here in the Shine Student Center. Nico, it's been a joy having you. Come back next hour with us
I will.
to
I'll
give
be
us all
here.
the updates.
I'll be here.
Yes, please don't go to class yet, or go hop on that plane to get back to the West Coast. All right, that's a wrap. Let's go Orange. It's Giving Day. Make your gift, make your impact. Today is so special. I'm so proud to be Orange. I hope you are as well.